Hello students, today I am here to teach you chapter 17 in your textbook, that's Formulae. So this is a very useful topic, so we'll see what's inside there. When you learn the subject of science, you may have learnt about machines. By using machines, you can make many tasks easily. So like machines in science, formulae is really important in maths. By using formulae, you can solve mathematical problems easily, or you can perform any task more easily. Now we'll see this formula. This is a rectangle. So perimeter means the outer length of this figure. So perimeter of the rectangle, how you get? If you know the length is L, breadth is B. How can you write down the perimeter? I can write L plus B plus B. Then like terms adding, 2L plus 2B. Then when you take 2 out, I can write L plus B. So we call this is a formula. What's the formula? What's the subject of the formula? Is P. So normally subject means the letter in one side. So P is the subject and the formula is written in terms of L and B. L is the length, B is the breadth. P is known as the subject of the formula. When we substitute different values of L and B, can easily find out the values of the perimeter. So what's P? P equals either 2L plus 2B, or you can write 2 times L plus B. Another formula. Now this is a cuboid. What's the relationship between faces, vertices and edges? Now in this cuboid, number of vertices, we'll count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 vertices are there. Faces, we know 6 faces are there. Number of edges, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 edges are there. Now we'll try to get a formula. What's V plus F? Vertices plus faces is 8 plus 6, that's 14. E plus 2, 12 plus 2, that's also 14. Now what we can see? V plus F is E plus 2. So this is Euler's relationship. Can you remember? We did that before. Euler's relationship. So this is a formula. The relationship between vertices, faces and edges. Now we'll try to construct another formula. Price of a mango is 40 rupees and price of an orange is 60 rupees. Take P as the total amount for X number of mangoes and Y number of oranges and construct the relationship between P, X, Y. What's the price of one mango? 40 rupees. Price of X mangoes? 40X. Price of one orange is 60 rupees. Price of y oranges, that's 60 y. Now what's the total amount? Total amount P is 40 mangoes and not 40 mangoes, X number of mangoes and Y number of oranges. So 40X plus 60Y. So that's the relationship between X and Y with P. So we call this is a formula. We can find the price of any number of mangoes and oranges using the above formula. So we can say if this is 1 mango and 5 oranges, X equals 1 and Y equals 5. When you substitute and add it, you can find out the price of those. So you can substitute any number of mangoes and oranges using this formula to find out the price. Price of a book is 60 rupees. So price of one book is 60 rupees. Price of a pen is 20 rupees. So this is 20. Construct a formula to find the total amount P to buy X number of books and Y number of pens. If 1 is 60, X books are there. So what's the amount? 60X. 1 pen is 20 rupees. Y pens are there. So this is 20Y. So what's the total amount? Adding these two. So 60X plus 20Y. Look at these formulae. So we are used in science and mathematics. Can you recognize those? So this is final velocity, initial velocity, acceleration and time formula. This is distance and final velocity, initial velocity. So these we used in science. What about this one? Can you remember? N over 2A plus L. This is in sequence, pattern, number patterns. And here, this is also in number patterns. So these two mathematics. Y equals mx plus c, equation of a straight line. So this is also straight line. And this is related to physics. F equals ma, related to physics, force and mass acceleration relationship. And this is in mathematics. Several functions, you get formula. So this is one formula. So we use lot of formulae in science and maths. So we'll see how we can make the subject of the formula. Changing the subject of the formula now, V equals U plus GT. So V is the subject of the formula here. We want to change it to U, G and T. So how you do that? So first we write down what we have, V equals U plus GT. Then we want U. So keep U in one side and you have to take the other term to the other side. So what we do? We can keep U here and subtract this term. You have to take it to the other side. So that means subtract GT. So I can do subtract GT from here. So what's the formula? You get U equals V minus GT. Now the U is the subject of the formula. Now the next one, you want to make G as the subject of the formula. So that means you have to keep this one here and you have to take U to the other side. So what you do? Subtract U. So GT becomes V minus U. Now we want G. So you have to divide both sides by t. So g becomes, t get cancelled out, g becomes v minus u over t. Now g is the subject of the formula. Now t as the subject of the formula, that means you have to keep this one in one side and take u to the other side. So you get v minus u. gt equals v minus u. Divide this by g to get t. So you get t equals v minus u over g. So now t is the subject of the formula. Make a and s as the subject of the formula. V squared equals u squared plus 2as. So how we can do? So this is the equation given. We need a. So that means this term. You have to keep that in one side. Take this one to the other side. So 2as is equal to v squared minus u squared. So you have to subtract u squared from both sides. Then what's the next step? You need a. So divide by 2s. So what's the value? 2s get cancelled out. You get a equals v squared minus u squared over 2s. So this is a equals v squared minus u squared over 2s. Now s as the subject of the formula. You have to keep this one. So what you have to do? This one you are taking to the other side. So 2as is equal to v squared minus u squared. Now divide both sides by 2a now, because you want s as the subject of the formula. So when you divide by 2a, what you get? S equals v squared minus u squared over 2a. Now s is the subject of the formula. Another formula, E equals A into B plus C. Change the subject of the formula to A, B and C. So first one, A. So that means you have to keep this one and you have to get rid of B plus C. So what you do? This is multiplication. So divide both sides by B plus C. You don't need to expand brackets. Then what happens? This term get cancelled out. You get A equals E over B plus C. So this one I can rearrange and write A equals E over B plus C. So this is the subject of the formula A. Now second one, you need B as the subject of the formula. That means you have to expand brackets. E equals A, B plus C. Now B is inside now, so that means you have to expand brackets. E, A into B, AB, A into C, AC. Now you have to keep AB in one side. So keep AB one side, that means you have to take AC to the other side. E minus AC. The whole term you have to take it to the other side. Then you need B, that means you have to divide both sides by A. So what's the formula? B equals E minus AC over A. Now make C as the subject of the formula. Equals A, B plus C. C also inside brackets, so you need to expand brackets here. So E equals AB plus AC. Then keep C in one side. So that means this term you have to take it to the other side. E minus AB is equal to AC. To make C as the subject, you have to divide both sides by A. So what's the value? C is equal to E minus AB over A. In AY equals B times Y minus 1, change Y as the subject of the formula. AY equals B Y minus 1. Change Y as the subject. So you have to take all Y terms to one side. Before that, you have to expand brackets. By minus B. Now here also Y term, other side also there's a Y term. So you have to take all terms to one side. So I'm taking this also to this side. You get AY minus BY is equal to minus B. Then I can take Y, common one out. So what's remaining? I can write A minus B. That's minus B. Now what is Y? You have to divide this by A minus B. So when you divide, you get minus B over A minus B. If you don't like to keep the minus sign in front, what you can do, you can multiply by minus both the numerator and the denominator, and you can write B over B minus A. Switch the sign of these two. So B minus A comes in the denominator. So Y equals B over B minus A. In A equals this one, change X as the subject of the formula. We'll see XY, X plus Y. Now here you have to first cross multiply and take all X terms to one side. So when you multiply, so think about this is 1. So you need to multiply both the numerator and the denominator by X plus Y. So you can write multiply by X plus Y. So what happens? This one get cancelled out. You get XY equals A X plus Y. Now you need to make X as a subject now. So you have to take all X terms to one side. So expand brackets first. AX plus AY equals XY. Here you get X term. Here also you get X term. So we'll take this term to this side. XY minus AX is AY. Now you can take X out. Y minus A. So when you divide by Y minus A, you get X. So what's the value? These two terms get cancelled out. X equals AY over Y minus A. So now we see X is the subject of this formula. Substituting values in formula. Now you have given Y equals mx plus c. That's the straight line equation. Find X when Y equals 20, M equals 3 and C equals 5 for the formula. So it's better to make X as the subject and then substitute because you need to find X. First we'll do Y equals mx plus c. So I need to keep x term. So keep this. I'm taking c term to the other side. That becomes minus c. Divide both sides by m. So what's x? X becomes y minus c divided by m. Now we can substitute. Y equals 20. C 5. And m is 3. So what's the x value? 20 minus 5 is 15. 15 divided by 3, you get 5. So the x value is 5. This one, find x when y equals 30, c equals 8 and m equals 11. So you can use the same formula. Y minus c over m. Y is 30, c is 8 and m is 11. Now 30 minus 8 is 22, 22 over 11, so the x value is 2. Find d when L equals 50, A equals 5, N equals 10 in the formula. L equals A plus N minus 1D. Now you need to find out D. So it's better to make D as the subject of the formula. So how you keep D? You can take A first to the other side. So N minus 1D equals L minus A. So when you take it to the other side, you have to take the inverse of that. Plus A becomes minus A. Now you have to make D as the subject. Divide by N minus 1 both sides. So you get D equals L minus A over N minus 1. Now what are the values? Now you can substitute. L is 50. A is 5. N is 10. 50 minus 5, 45. 10 minus 1, 9. 45 divided by 9, that's 5. So D equals 5. Find C when F equals 122 in the formula. C equals 5 over 9, F minus 32. What's this formula? This is the conversion between temperature, Celsius and Fahrenheit. So how we can change? So you need C. So C is the subject of the formula. Just you need to substitute the values. What's the F value? 122. Now substitute and simplify. So you get 5 over 9. 122 minus 32, you get 90. Then here multiply by 90. Here divide by 9 means 9 times 1, 9 times 10. So 10 times 5, that's 50. So the Celsius value when Fahrenheit is 122 is 50. Look at this question. Find T when L equals 49, G equals 4 in the formula. T equals 22 over 7, L over G. So this is about the period of the motion in a pendulum. So you will learn this in future grades. Grade 11, you will learn this, and in A-level also you are doing this. So you are asked to find out capital T. So 22 over 7 is there. What's that? The pi value. L. L is given 49. Now we'll substitute the values. 22 over 7. L is 49. G is 4. Now you have to take the square root value. So you can take separately. 49 square root is 7. 7 times 7, 49. Square root of 4, that's 2. 2 times 2, 4. Now you can simplify 22 times 7 over 7 times 2. 7 get cancelled out. Here 1 and 11. So what's T? That's 11. Find F when U equals 12, V equals 6 in the formula. So 1 over F equals 1 over U plus 1 over V. You need to find out F. So it's better to find 1 over F and take the reciprocal. So 1 over F is 1 over U, 1 over 12. 1 over V, that's 1 over 6. What's the common denominator? 12 and 6, that's 12. So this is 1 plus. Find equivalent fractions. Multiply by 2. So you get 2 here. 2 plus 1, 3. 3 over 12 is 1 over F. 3 times 1, 3 times 4. So switch. So what is F? F becomes 4. Example number 1. Make A the subject of the formula. V equals U plus AT. Make A as the subject means you have to keep this and take U to the other side. So V minus U equals AT. Now I can rewrite this other way around. AT equals V minus U. Now you need A as the subject, so divide both sides by T. So you get A equals V minus U over T. Example number 2. Make N the subject of the formula. S equals N over 2A plus L. So N is on this side, so I can rewrite this one N over 2A plus L. Now multiply both sides by 2. I get N times A plus L equals 2S. 2 times S. Now we need N. Divide both sides by A plus L. So what happens? This get cancelled out. And you get N is 2S over A plus L. Example number 3. Make N the subject of the formula. L equals A plus N minus 1D. Now you need N. N is here. So that means we'll rewrite this in this way. I need to take A to the other side. L minus A. Subtract A. Then I need to keep this one here. So divide both sides by D. N minus 1 equals L minus A over D. Now, how you get rid of minus 1? Add 1 to both sides. N equals L minus A over D plus 1. We'll keep the same denominator. I can write 1 as D over D. Then I can write N equals L minus A plus D over D is the common denominator. So N equals L minus A plus D over D. Exercise 17.1. Make R the subject of the formula. What's this? Circumference of a circle. C equals 2 pi r. I need r, so I can rewrite this as 2 pi r equals c. To get r, I need to divide both sides by 2 pi. So what am I getting? R equals c over 2 pi. Make C the subject of the formula. A equals B minus 2C. I need C. So keep this one here. B minus 2C equals A. I'll keep 2C here and take B to the other side. Minus 2C equals A minus B. We are taking B to the other side. Now divide both sides by minus 2. I get C equals A minus B over minus 2. Here I can multiply both the numerator and the denominator by minus 1. So this means switch these two terms. So B minus A over 2. Make T the subject of the formula. V equals U plus AT. T is here, so I can rewrite this. U plus AT equals V. Now I need to take U to the other side. U term to the other side means V minus U. Subtract U from both sides. I need T, so divide both sides by A. What you get? T equals V minus U over A. In the formula y equals mx plus c, make c the subject of the formula and make m the subject of the formula. So c is in this side. I can write mx plus c equals y. So take this term to this side. So what's c? Y minus mx. When you are taking the term, you have to take the whole thing to the other side. Mx is the term, so you take minus mx. Second part, you have to make m as the subject. So I can start from here. Mx plus c equals y. Now I need to keep this one here. C, I have to take it to the other side. So how you do that? Mx becomes y minus c. Divide both sides by x to get m. So I get m equals y minus c over x. Make C the subject of the formula. A equals 2b plus c. C the subject. So I need this term. So I can rewrite 2 times b plus c equals a. Divide both sides by 2. I get b plus c equals a over 2. Now I need c. Keep c here and subtract b. So b, when you take b to the other side, this becomes minus b. If you want the common denominator, this one too, I can rewrite this as 2b over 2. So convert b to 2b over 2 and rewrite c as a minus 2b over 2. Make c as the subject of the formula. F equals 9 over 5 c plus 32. We need c, so I can rewrite this like this. Now keep this term. I need to take 32 to the other side. 9c over 5 becomes f minus 32. Now multiply by 5. Make sure that you put brackets. You get 9c. So f minus 32 times 5. Divide both sides by 9. So what's c? c becomes 5 over 9 f minus 32. Question number 7. In the formula, L equals A plus n minus 1d. Make A as a subject. So I can rewrite this equation, A plus n minus 1d equals L. I need A. So take the whole term to the other side. A becomes L minus n minus 1d. If you want to simplify, open brackets, you can say L minus nd, and here minus minus plus d. Second one, you need d as the subject. So I can rewrite this in minus 1d equals L. I need to keep this term. So take A to the other side. That becomes L minus A. Now divide by n minus 1. Both sides. What happens? This one get cancelled out. D becomes L minus A over n minus 1. Make y the subject of the formula. X over A plus y over B equals 1. So you need to keep this term in one side. So y over B is 1 minus x over A. Now you need to multiply this by B. But before that, you can make A as the common denominator and write A minus x. Now multiply both sides by B. Y equals A minus x into B over A. Make R2 the subject of the formula. 1 over R equals 1 over R1 plus 1 over R2. I want this side, so I can rewrite this one is 1 over R. Keep 1 over R2 in one side, so what you get? 1 over R minus 1 over R1. Now you can take the reciprocal, but before that we'll simplify this one. What's the lowest common multiple? Rn, simple R1. When you convert to equivalent fractions, this becomes R1 minus capital R. So that's 1 over R2. So when you take the reciprocal, you get R2. R2 becomes upside down. So R1 over R1 minus capital R is R2. Make x as the subject of the formula. Ax mx minus 1, x minus t. Now here you get x in both sides. So first expand brackets and take all x terms to one side. Ax is equal to mx minus mt. Now we'll take this term to this side. Ax minus mx equals minus mt. Take x out and factorize common terms, you get a minus m. Now divide this by a minus m to get x. So what's the value? X equals minus mt over a minus m. Or we can multiply both the numerator and the denominator by minus 1 and rewrite this as mt over m minus a. Switch the sides, m minus a. Make a the subject of the formula. P equals at over a minus t. Now you need a. So you get both in the numerator and the denominator. So that means we can multiply by a minus t first, both sides. Or we say basically cross multiply. Same thing, when you multiply both sides by a minus t is same as cross multiply these two sides. So p into a minus t is equal to at. Now we need a. So that means we need to expand brackets. pa minus pt equals at. We'll take a terms to one side. At minus pa is equal to minus pt. A, take it out. T minus p minus pt. Now you have to divide by t minus p to get a. Divide by t minus p. What's the answer? You get a equals minus pt over t minus p. Now you can get rid of this minus sign. So how can you get rid of this? Switching the two terms here in the denominator. So what's a now? A becomes pt, capital Pt, over p minus t. Example number 1, determine the number of vertices there are in a solid that has 7 faces and 12 edges. So we'll do without making the subject as the vertices, just apply the formula. What's the relationship? So we'll apply the formula. Vertices plus faces is edges plus 2. That's Euler's relationship. Now we'll substitute the values. 7 faces, 12 edges, 12 plus 2. So you get 14. So this is a simple equation. How you find V? Subtract 7. 14 minus 7, you get 7 for V. Now we'll do another method, making V as the subject of the formula. So V plus F, we know that that's equal to E plus 2. Now we need to make V as the subject of the formula. So keep V here, that means you have to take F to the other side. Now substitute the values. E equals 12, F is 7. 12 plus 2, 14, 14 minus 7, you get 7. So when you are substituting values, either you can substitute to the formula and then solve the simple linear equation, or you can make that variable as a subject of the formula and then substitute the values. Example number 2, convert 35 Celsius into Fahrenheit using the formula. C equals 5 over 9 F minus 32. Here you need the Fahrenheit value. So you can either make F as the subject of the formula and substitute the values. We'll do that. So multiply this by 9. Both sides multiply by 9. You get 5 F minus 32. Then I can expand brackets. 5F minus 5 times 2, 10. 5 times 3, 15 plus 1, 16. 9C. So I need F. So keep 5F here and take 160 to this side. That's plus 160. Now what is F? 9C plus 160 divided by 5. Now we'll substitute the values. 9, the C value is 35. And divide by 5. So you get 9 times 35, 45. 9 times 3, 27. 27 plus 4. You get 31. And adding 160, what you get here? 5, 7 and 4. Divide by 5, you get 9. And for 25, that's 95 Fahrenheits. We'll do other way around. We'll see which method is easy. If C is 35, 5 over 9 here, F minus 32. So you can multiply by 9 first and divide by 5. That's F minus 32. Here we can see 5 times 7. So 63 equals F minus 32. Add 32 to that, you get F. 63 plus 32. 95. So here we get this one. You have to multiply 9 times 35 and then simplify. But here you can simplify easily and get the answer. Exercise 17.2. Find the value of A when B equals 7, C equals 6 in the formula. A equals B plus C minus 2. So you need A. So already A is the subject of the formula. Now just substitute 7, 6 for C minus 2. 7 plus 6, 13. 13 minus 2, you get 11. Find the value of C when F equals 104. C equals 5 over 9, F minus 32. So just substitute because C is already the subject of the formula. 104 minus 32. 5 over 9. So when you subtract, you get 72. So 5 times 72 divided by 9. 9 times 8. 8 times 5, 40. So the Celsius value is 40. Find the value of M when Y equals 11, X equals 5, C equals minus 4 in the formula. Y equals mx plus c. We need m. We can make m as the subject. So I can write mx plus c is y. Keep mx. So y minus c. Then we need m. That means divide both sides by x. Now we can substitute. Y is 11. C is minus 4. Make sure that you put brackets there. Over. What's the x value? 5. 11 minus 4. So you get 15. 15 divided by 5. Answer is 3. Find the value of r when a equals 88 and pi is 22 over 7 in the formula a equals 2 pi r. Now you need r. So we'll make r as the subject of the formula. A is there. Divide both sides by 2 pi. So what's the value? R becomes a over 2 pi. Now substitute the values. A equals 88 and pi is 22 over 7. So this becomes 88 divided by 44 over 7. What you do for division? Take the reciprocal and this one becomes multiplication. 7 over 44. So you see this one times 2 is 88. 2 times 7, that's 14. So R equals 14. Find the value of D when L equals 22, A equals minus 5, N equals 10 in the formula. L equals A plus N minus 1D. So you need D. So we'll make D as the subject of the formula. A plus N minus 1D equals L. Now subtract A. This becomes L minus A. Divide this by N minus 1. So you get D equals L minus A over N minus 1. Now you can substitute. 22 for L, A is minus 5, N is 10 minus 1. So what's the answer? 22 minus 5 becomes plus 27. 10 minus 1 is 9. 9 and 27, that's 3. So D equals 3. Find the value of N when S equals minus 330. A is 4, L is minus 48 in the formula. S equals N over 2, A plus L. You need N. So how you make N as a subject of the formula? You can write this way. Multiply by 2. So 2S becomes N into A plus L. We need N. So divide both sides by A plus L. So you get N equals 2S over A plus L. Now substitute the values. 2 times minus 330 divide by A is 4, L is minus 48, adding minus 48. 2 times this, 2 times minus 330 over. Here 4 minus 48. So the difference becomes minus 44. Now divide by 11, 4 and 30. So 2 times 1, 2 times 2, 30 divided by 2, 15. So minus minus becomes plus 15. Miscellaneous exercise. Consider the formula P equals C1 plus R over 100. make R as the subject of the formula. So that means you have to keep this one here. So I'll first divide both sides by C. So I get P over C equals 1 plus R over 100. I need R, so I'll keep R over 100 this way and take 1 to the other side. So R over 100 becomes P over C minus 1. Now multiply by 100. Both sides you get R equals 100 times P over C minus 1. I can simplify. I can keep the common denominator as C and rewrite this. But you can substitute the values using this as well. But here we'll do the common denominator C as well. So if you take common denominator C, this becomes P minus C. Now second part, it says find the value of R when P equals 495 and C is 450. So what's the R value? 100. P means 495 minus C means 450 over C value 450. 495 minus 450, you get 5 and so 45. Divide by 450. 45 times 1, 40 times 10. 1 0 get cancelled out. So the answer is 10. So R equals 10. Consider the formula y minus c over x equals m. Make x as the subject of the above formula. I can multiply both sides by x, or I can take the reciprocal. X is in the denominator. How can you take it to numerator? Take the reciprocal upside down. So I take upside down here. So this becomes 1 over m. Now multiply both sides by y minus c. So what happens? This get cancelled out. X becomes y minus c over m. Now we can substitute. In second part it says find the x value when y equals 20. Find x value when y equals 20 and c is minus 4. Put brackets there and m equals 3. So 20 minus minus 4 becomes plus 4. That's 24 divided by 3. You get 8 for x value. Consider the formula ax equals bx minus c. Make x as the subject of the above formula. So that means you have to take x to one side. Ax minus bx becomes minus c. So we can take x out. A minus b is minus c. So what's x? Minus c over a minus b. You can switch the terms because there's a minus in front. To get rid of that minus sign, I can rewrite this as b minus a. Now substitute the values. So x equals, C is 6 and B is 4 and A is 3. 4 minus 3, 1. So 6 divided by 1 is 6. So the x value is 6. Consider this one. A equals bx plus c over b. Make b as the subject of the formula. So I can write multiply by b, or I can divide this by b. Bx divided by b as well as c divided by b. You can separate these two terms. You get A equals x plus c over b. Now we can take x to this side. A minus x is c over b. Now b is in the denominator. So we need to take it to the numerator. Switch upside down. So b over c becomes 1 over a minus x. So what is b? B becomes, here multiply both sides by c, c over a minus x. Now substitute the values and find out the b value. A equals 4, c equals 5, 4 here, and x equals 3. 5 over 4 minus 3 is 1, so the b value is 5. Now the formula is 1 over v plus 1 over u equals 1 over f. Find f. So you can substitute, because after we get this, you can take the reciprocal. 1 over v, 1 over 20, 1 over u, that's 1 over 5, is 1 over f. So what's the lowest common multiple of 20 and 5? That's 20. So multiply this by 4 to get 20. So what's the answer? 5 over 20 equals 1 over f. So 5 times 1, 5 times 4. Now when you take the reciprocal, switch upside down, f becomes 4. Find the value of b in the formula. A over b equals p over q. So now you need b. We can first find the values and switch upside down. So A is 6, B and P is 3, Q is 4. Now when you take upside down the reciprocal, B over 6 becomes 4 over 3. Now multiply both sides by 6. So what's the B value? B becomes 4 times 6 over 3. That's 4 times 2, 8. Consider the formula. S equals n over 2 a plus L. Make L the subject of the formula. So you need to keep this term in one side. So what's the first thing you can do? I can rewrite this as this term here and then multiply both sides by 2. N a plus L equals 2s. Now I can divide both sides by n. So what's a plus L? 2s over n is a plus L. Now I need L. So keep L in one side. So 2s over n minus a. you can either keep like this or keep L as the subject of the formula. So here we get 2s, make n as the lowest common multiple here, na. So you get 2s minus na over n. Now you can substitute the values to get L. So L equals, S is 198. 2 times 198 minus NA, 12 times 8 over N. N is 12. So we'll first take the common term out and simplify. Can we take 12 out from here? 12 times 1, 12. 19 minus 12, you get 78. So that's not divisible. We'll take 6 from here. So I'll take 6 from here. What's that? 6 times 3, 18 and 3, 80. 12 times 8 over 12. Now can you see 12 is a common factor. I can take it out. You get 33 minus 8 over 12. 12 get cancelled out. So 33 minus 8. What's the value? 25. So 25 is the answer for L. Look at this one. Y equals mx plus c. Make m as the subject of the formula. So you have to take this one. So I'll rewrite this, the equation this way, and I need to keep this one, take c to the other side. So mx becomes y minus c. So divide this by x. You can get m. M equals y minus c over x. Now we can substitute the values. M when y equals 8. Y equals 8, c equals 2, and x equals 9. So 8 minus 2, 6. Divide this by 3, you get 2/3 as the m value. So we covered all theory related to formulae. So make sure that if you want to find out the solutions by substituting, you can either make that variable as the subject of the formula, or you can just substitute and finally you can find out the answer for the variable. So practice all these exercises and make sure that you know everything about formulae.